welcome to an all-new Eye of the Tiger. I'm Cam Madrano.
And I'm Jaden Miller.
Bus routes are facing major changes due to limited amounts of bus drivers in comparison to last year. We go to Claire Townsend with more.
With 5 fewer bus drivers, buses have had to take on extra students. According to bus driver Jose Sanchez, in cases where buses reach their maximum capacity, extra buses will be sent out to get the students.
They had to add another couple routes just to get everybody to school. Because there was the capacity, it's only some buses are only 84, but it's the reason they add another route or another bus driver, another bus. They come and get them, but they're never leaving anybody behind.
In addition to overcrowding, students have experienced longer bus rides home. For senior Skylar Harris, the new routes led him to take alternative transportation.
They changed the routes, and the route that I got off was ended up being the second to last stop. I am scootering to school because where I live, it's easy just to go straight there, and it takes less time than the bus actually, so I don't want to waste my time taking the bus when I could rather just get there faster.
The Transportation Department is actively working to hire new drivers.
RJUHSD plans to add a student advisory committee for the superintendent. New Superintendent Denise Herman plans to implement the committee to add more student input to district proceedings.
I will be bringing issues or questions to the students and asking for feedback, and I would be expecting the students to do some of the same things. So students from their site or as a coordinated group could come up with some things to say, we have 2 or 3 questions or concerns that we'd like to share with you as superintendent.
Applications are due by September 14th.
Last week, Eye of the Tiger covered the lack of participation in credit recovery courses over the summer, and as a result, the abundance of upperclassmen and underclassmen courses. Today marks the last day to submit your credit recovery application.
We now go to Braden Holcomb with sports.
Tell you what, Jordan Kanashik is having one whale of a night for this Cal Bear defense. How about this stat line for Kanashik? 11 tackles, 2.5 sacks, a forced fumble.
Good morning and welcome to this Friday's edition of EOTSN. I'm Braden Holcomb. Roseville High School alumnus Jordan Kanashik was recently voted the defensive captain of the University of California Berkeley football team. We go to Kobe Estrada with more.
Former Roseville High School student Jordan Kanashik was nominated by his fellow teammates as defensive captain for the Cal Berkeley football team. Upon being elected captain, Kanashik was nervous yet excited to take on the new leadership position.
My heart was kind of beating a little bit just because I felt like it was something that I really wanted. It was one of my goals going into the season, going into from the strength and conditioning in the winter and summer. It was something that I was really trying to establish myself as a leader and a captain of the team. So once coach told me that I was going to be a captain, it was a really good feeling. And it meant more to me knowing that I got voted for my teammates and not just my coach's choosing.
Muley is proud that his brother is a year-round captain rather than being a captain for only half the season last year.
I look forward to seeing him try to be the defensive leader, because last year he was kind of the defensive leader second half of the year after injury, but now this year he's the set leader as defensive captain.
Also being a brother of a star football player, sophomore Chad Miller is impressed as to how far he has come.
I mean, it's pretty cool to know that he's made it this far since he was at Roseville, and at first he went from Roseville to AOC. Just to see him improve that much, it's been pretty good.
Last Tuesday, the girls varsity tennis team defeated the Wood Creek Timberwolves 5-4, starting their league season with a win. And that's all in your home for Roseville High School's sports, top plays, breakdowns, and more. Eye of the Tiger Sports Network, EOTSN. We now go over to entertainment.
Thanks, Braden. The hit AMC show Preacher just ended its 3rd season, and much to my delight, it surpassed my expectations. Although I was hesitant going into the season because the previous was less than stellar, after coming off the momentum of season 1, it just was a drag, and I was worried the same would happen in this one. But it was quite the opposite. This season reminds me of why I started watching the show in the first place. There's a renewal of charisma in the characters, and the direction they take them is extremely satisfying. As always, the new characters introduced this time around are just as weird and quirky as ever, with the introduction of Satan and Real God, also season regulars TC, Grandma, and Jody. Once again, the show is no stranger to offensive comedy and disrespecting everything it can, which makes the show as good as it is.
What was it like?
Why does everyone keep asking me that?
You died and then you came back. What else did I ask about?
You're down, you're down, you're down. You're dead, you're dead, you're dead. You're dead.
To my surprise, there was a lack of the famous gritty Tarantino-style violence this go around, but I wasn't complaining because it was replaced by great story elements that were seriously lacking from the show before. One of the biggest highlights was Cassidy going back to his vampire roots and interacting with more of his kind. Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg really show their love for this story in every episode they make. Overall, the season didn't exactly match the first, but it definitely improved over the second, and I'm very excited to see where the show goes from here. You can always check out the full depth review or previous season's reviews on eyeofthetigernews.com. Now we go back to news.
Thanks, Joey. An RHS student has a knack for dolling up her unique collection.
Senior Jonah Georgie has an unconventional hobby of customizing dolls.
I strip off their face paint with acetone, which is nail polish remover, and you get the face nice and clean, and then you take them outside and you spray them with the sealant, and then you start drawing their faces and sketching them out with watercolor pencils, and then you fill in the detail and make the colors more saturated with acrylic paint. And I think it's just really fun and calming to do that. I love making them clothes too. I love making little dresses for them, and I find a bunch of fabric that I just think would be, oh my god, this would make such a cute pair of shorts or a dress or something.
Junior Finn McAnlis believes that Georgie has found a new way to infuse life into her creations.
It brings her own life, you know, because she has her own artistic twist, and like when you see like a manufactured one, they're all the same, but when you see one that she makes, it's really interesting because they all have their own personality, so to speak, and they're all personalities that she gives them. I think it's really cool.
Georgie plans to begin selling her creations on Etsy.
Spirit Week is next week. Here's a look at the upcoming dress days. Molar Maniac is Monday. Wear all RHS athletics and sports gear you have. Band Together is Tuesday. Make sure to wear your headbands and bandanas. White Mob is Wednesday. Have your all-white outfit planned out. Thursday, we have Tiger Tribe or Tie-Dye Day. And finally, Friday is Fire It Up Day, where everyone is to wear orange and black. And that's it for us today on Eye of the Tiger.
And remember, we're always on at eyeofthetigernews.com. See you next time.